بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
I would like to begin by thanking Sheikh Abdullah bin Baya for his presence here, which is quite literally for us a dream come true. I would also like to thank Dr. Nasser, who has inspired generations, and of course, our co-founders, Sheikh Hamza, Imam Zaid, and Dr. Hatem, who have enriched my life greatly. I stand here before you deeply humbled by the caravan of time which has led me to this day. I know with painful and fulfilling certainty that 4 years have come and gone since I started my journey here. This affair of ours, the class of 2014, is returning to God from whence it came. There are not enough moments in the day with which to thank God for all the joy He has blessed me with, no matter how fleeting, and whatever sadness too, no matter how prolonged, and all the subtle and profound blessings I have received and witnessed over these past 4 years and my whole life, truly. Oh, the things I would do if I could go back. I would rise earlier to read and to think. I would stay up later to talk and to feel. I would listen more closely and really allow the words to shake me. Most of all, I would try more earnestly to cultivate an open heart so I could benefit from all the blessings, both manifest and hidden, in the myriad forms they came in of people, books, and more. I know now that whatever osmosis may happen in which the good of a place becomes the good inside of you, my individual transformation is proportional to how much I want and allow myself to change. I want to tell you about some of the lessons my heart and mind have been able to receive during my time here. We are here, I have learned, trying to create the closest things to heaven. If we're not, then I hardly see the point of living. Heaven is a place where questions are answered, truth is evident, seekers eventually find, and the greatest teacher of all, God, is constantly available. It's where every student should want to be. It's the idea every scholar and friend of God has tried to actualize in whatever small or large way they could in this life. Sacred harmony and rhythm. More than that, however, heaven is a place where pettiness has no home, and love, as we all know it should, conquers all. I have been taught heavenly lessons here. We live in a world in which the safest option is often disguised as the most risky. We read about this all the time in the Quran, and we see it in our own lives and others. People who hold onto this world for dear life because it's more tangible than faith sometimes, and the payout seems to come quicker than virtue and doing what's right. People say the class of 2014 took a huge risk in choosing to attend Zaytuna College, but I can tell you today that this was the safest choice I ever made. I invite you to bracket your notions of risk and think critically about what risk really is. All of my concerns in choosing to attend Zaytuna revolved around short-term risks, but all of my other options for school only promised short-term success. Zaytuna promised to be an abode of religion and truth-seeking. I had to ask myself, what was safer for me in the long term? Safer for my piety and my relationship with God, safer for my intellectual curiosity, and I found that Zaytuna was the only place that could begin to address my true need. As I face the end of this journey and the beginning of another, I wonder if I will ever feel as safe as I do here. But I feel adequately fortified intellectually and spiritually to critically and compassionately engage an ever more confusing world. Zaytuna started teaching me one of the greatest lessons of my life then, before I even walked in the door. A meaningful life results from small acts of bravery, bravery in the way we think and feel. Zaytuna taught me to prioritize my values over my expectations. These are some of the benefits of a liberal arts Muslim education. So I wish to suggest to you on this lovely California day that true risk is sacrificing a chance to please God in order to please another, not knowing if God will give you another chance. Risk is choosing the seemingly easier road while being convinced your contentment awaits you down a different path. Risk is staying the same because staying the same is comfortable, when before you lies the option to be more fulfilled than you've been. Risk is letting your life pile up with regrets while you do the things that people expect of you, but not what you've grown to expect of yourself. I knew risk when, 4 years ago, deciding what college I would attend, I felt my soul begging me not to send it to a secular institution that could not care for it properly, and I cried over what might become of me. 18 is a very impressionable age. My parents have always told my sisters and I that we should feel empowered to do even better than they have as parents. I have been similarly empowered by the professors here, and I believe that an attitude like that will change the world for the better, because it's unselfish, and it values other people enough to allow them the space to act, so that they may be better than us or do better than us. And if we're honest, we often don't want people to do better than us or be better than us. However, we should remember that people wrapped up in themselves make for small packages, and there is always that possibility for someone to surpass us, so we might as well help them along the way. I often find it strange how the world moves on without me, and I'm sure you do too. It's not a mistake, though, it's by design. So I pray for the class of 2015, 2016, and 2017, and all the classes to come, that you all far surpass me and my class in spiritual and intellectual excellence, but I pray that we have something worth surpassing. My sister once told me that when God opens a door of good for you, walk through it. That wisdom is what nudged me here. God opening a door for you does not mean that he has also laid out a red carpet, granted you an audience, and leveled out the road in front of you, although sometimes he does do that. It just means he opened the door, and there's blessing to be found there, even if as soon as you walk through the door, you trip on something. I came here at 18, I had habits to break, patterns to unlearn, beliefs to reconsider. I leave here at 22, and I still have habits to break, patterns to unlearn, and beliefs to reconsider. The difference is now I know what many of those habits, patterns, and beliefs are, whereas before, I may have been so ignorant of them that I could not even begin to get to the real work of rectifying them. The difference is now I have some answers, and I see for myself as a spiritual and intellectual being a world of possibilities, and I see that world of possibilities for us all. Thus, this ceremony is appropriately called a commencement, and finally, I give myself permission to begin living a life of more meaning, purpose, and courage, as my teachers taught me I should. Thank you. May God bless our prophet.
Be a part of American Muslim history. This Ramadan, support the students and support the college with your donations during this blessed month.